All right. So I'm Mo. I'm the CEO of Datawisp, and I've got with me Moritz, who's our CTO. Thank you. So Datawisp is a no-code data exploration and analysis platform, mainly targeted at businesses, although really anybody can use it. One thing that we've noticed is that a lot of businesses are not using data as much as they could be to drive decision-making, because the most efficient way of working with data is for engineers with code. And that tends to be a bottleneck for a lot of companies like this, like the ones here, where engineers are in very high demand. So we built Datawisp so that anybody who is a marketing person or a community manager or even just a business guy like myself can work with data without slowing down the whole organization. So in the spirit of the demo day, we're going to just jump right into a live demo for you guys. Cool. So this is the platform. First thing you need to do when you get in is load up a data set. So Datawisp takes inputs from many different kinds of data, but we're going to focus on Solana for today, because obviously everybody here is working on Solana, but important to note that even if you are building on Solana, there's likely other data that also matters. Like if you're building a game, it might be on Unity and Unreal, and those engines generate data that go into a SQL database somewhere, and you can import that with Datawisp and match it to your transactions on the blockchain, etc. So Streamflow has been kind enough to let us use some of their data for this. So we're going to load up a Streamflow data set. As you can see, we just need to copy-paste a program ID and an IDL. If you're using Anchor on chain, you don't have to do that. But if you're not, it's easy, just copy-paste. We also have an IDL editor if you're not using Anchor that you can use. And it kind of makes it easy to see if you've done everything correctly or not. So once you hit import, you'll find the data appears in the list. And all you do is spin up a little source block, and you can pick the data from the source block. So for Streamflow, one thing that they wanted to look at is how many streams are created every day. So their data has something called created at, which is a timestamp of exactly when a stream was created. So if we just round that timestamp to the nearest day or the nearest week, we can start aggregating by day or by week and see how many streams are created every day. We appear to be having some slight technical difficulties. Is it working? All right, it's working.
Now it is.
Live demo, guys. All right, so if we grab the created at column, which you can see there, we can round it to the nearest week. And then we can do aggregate, which will just count how many are created in that week. And then from there, we can choose a chart block. So notice how each kind of transformation is a block, and you can chain them together to reach your results. Result here being a chart, where we can pick what goes on what axis. So there you go. So this is basically volume by week. And if we wanted to change this from week to day, you would just round to the nearest day instead. So go back there, click day, now your chart is in days. So we're going to move on to a slightly more complicated example. One of the things that we mentioned is you can work with multiple data sets. And we've demoed with Laddercaster before. If anybody was here in Miami, you would have seen Aiden with his giant wizard hat on stage. This time we're going to do something a little bit more complex. So let's say we want to find every player who has a level 10 or higher wizard so that we can set them aside for a whitelist. We need two data sets. We need one, the player data set that has everybody's wallet in it, and two, the caster data set that has all the levels of the different casters. So you can see we can pull these both in here. We'll start with the caster data set. So we need to apply a filter to filter out all the wizards that are not, casters that are not level 10. And so what we could do that by using this compare block and saying is level, higher than or equal to 10. And that will return a data set where everybody matches that. So you can see here, everybody's at least level 10. And then we just need to aggregate by a field called owner, because that is how Laddercaster decides who owns what. And so what this will do is it'll tell us for each unique owner how many casters above level 10, equal or above level 10 they own. And if you can see, that's what Moritz has just done now. So next, we just need to join these two data sources now together to grab the wallet from each owner. And so in the player's data, it's called authority. Actually, that's the wallet. But account is the thing that you need to match to owner. So if you match account to owner, it'll tell you basically what the wallet is for every one of those. And now you can see you can make a table, and it tells you for essentially for each wallet how many casters level 10 or above they have. You can actually sort that to see that one has 45, and that's the most. So we're going to jump into one more example. So now that you have a list of wallets, we're going to give you an example of something that you can do with a list of wallets. So our friends at Hedge wanted to look into wallets of people who use their product to figure out what tokens they should support next, right? So we can start off by looking into Hedge's data, and there's something called vault owner. And so what we can do is we can aggregate this by vault owner to see all the unique vault owners that exist in their data. Once that's done, we've actually got a block called load Solana wallets that's unique to Solana. And when you connect it, it'll take as an input a column. So we can, in this case, say vault owner. And it'll return for every wallet in that list a row with every single token that they have and how much of it and what the price is in US dollars. So Moritz, can you show them that? So yeah, so you can see here. Some of these are shit coins, so the value is 0, but like. And then what we can do is we can do another aggregate after that. And so we can basically say, hey, I want to count up what the total value is in dollars. That is the bottom one. And I want to group it by token name. So we just select name here. It's tough to do this on a trackpad, but if we make a table here, you can see that for each token, you can see the number of wallets, unique wallets that own that token, as well as the total sum in US dollars of the amount stored in there. So you can see obviously USDC, Hedge are the top ones, but after that you can see all the other ones that are in there. One thing that we have that we've been working on is a sharing feature. So you can share this with your team just as you would be able to work in Figma or Sheets or anything like that. We have a sharing function. So this sheet is actually shared with Noah, who's sitting right over there. And he'll be able to move things around. I don't know if you can see, but Moritz is not touching it and it's moving. So I promise it works. And then last but not least, we have an API. And it's quite basic at the moment, but we're improving it. You can take the output of any table or chart or whatever, and then you can send it to a third-party application so that you can embed some of these outputs in a website, or you can send it directly into an application. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, it is working. Yeah, so you can export it outside of Datawisp.
Thank you.
So that's pretty much it. Thanks so much.
Also some hardware, and we are trying to plug it with